All right, good morning, everybody. This is the Fantasy Sports Boss. And yes, it's been a while. I haven't really done a lot of videos on the NFL draft, but that was because I was putting the finishing touches on my 2023 Fantasy Football Draft Guide, which is now available. It should be up on Amazon probably later today. And this is Tuesday morning when I'm doing this video. Or you could buy the ebook version where I can email it directly to you. It's about a couple of dollars cheaper and no shipping costs or anything, obviously. So you could do that as well. Go to the channel homepage, and there's a link that you can click on, and I'll send that out to you as soon as I get the payment from you. But yeah, so exciting times. That's why I've been a little quiet lately, because putting the draft guide together is a big deal. It takes a lot of time, and I had to update it through the draft, but we're ready to go. Now, speaking of the draft, and by the way, if you're new, just hit that subscribe, hit the like button. A lot of videos going to be coming out this week because I wanted to talk about what happened at the draft. And the biggest one of the biggest issues to me is the running back roulette that was going on between the Detroit Lions and in turn the Philadelphia Eagles. So one of the biggest surprises early on was when the Detroit Tigers used their first round pick on Jahmyr Gibbs, a running back from Alabama, 3 down back. This guy is a tremendous receiver. Alabama running backs always do historically very well in the NFL. It's the trend is just beyond potent there. But the fallout was immediate in that DeAndre Swift, who Dan Campbell clearly was down on last season, didn't really use him anywhere near what was anticipated. And not, me and most of the fantasy football community was pretty high on Swift coming into the season. He went as a late first round pick, really at that swing round 1, round 2 portion of the draft. And of course, Jamal Williams, scored 1 million touchdowns, and he was the guy. But Jamal Williams left in free agency for the New Orleans Saints. And then, the Lions went out and signed David Montgomery, which on the surface I thought, wow, this is actually a pretty good move for David Montgomery, a guy that I've been down on in the past. But, you figured Montgomery would get all the goal line work, first and second down carries. DeAndre Swift would get third down. But then they draft Jahmyr Gibbs. And then on day 3 of the draft, DeAndre Swift gets traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, as far as the Lions are concerned, my initial positive impression of David Montgomery going to the Lions, now I'm completely out on him. Now, you all know I've never been a fan of Montgomery. He's 3 yards in a cloud of dust. He's just boring as hell. There's nothing exciting about the guy. But with Detroit always wanting to run the football around the goal line, which is why Jamal Williams scored so much last year, I thought that was a semi-attractive spot for Montgomery. But now I'm out on Montgomery because Jahmyr Gibbs, like I said, he is a 3 down back. He's good in pass protection. He's a tremendous receiver. Just as good, I think, as Bijan Robinson, believe it or not, just catching the football. He's not the runner that Robinson is, but he too also has an explosive speed element to his game. So with Montgomery still there, Swift out of the way, you got to think that they're going to have a 50-50 split, maybe even 60-40 to Gibbs. You don't spend an early first-round pick on a guy if you're not going to use him liberally. And then obviously all the receptions are going to be coming from Jahmyr Gibbs, even though Montgomery has proven he can catch the football as well. So Montgomery to me now is a very low-end running back 2, maybe running back 3. Slightly more value in standard leagues because I think he will get the goal line work at least initially. Jahmyr Gibbs, very in PPR leagues, he's a low-end running back too, but he's got immense upside if Montgomery, who's been nicked up a couple of times the last couple of years, goes out injured. So, you draft Jahmyr Gibbs aggressively as like a depth piece who could really be a league-winning home run hitter if Montgomery gets injured. Now, as far as the Eagles, once again, this running back room is beyond crowded. So DeAndre Swift, you think, okay, he's got a new opportunity, fresh start. No. Rashad Penny was signed in free agency. Now, of course, we all know Penny doesn't stay healthy, 100%. But they also have Kenneth Gainwell, who, has been very effective catching the football and when he has opportunities to run. And they re-signed Boston Scott. Now, Boston Scott, if he played the Giants every week, he would be the MVP of football. But that's 4 running backs, not to mention Jalen Hurts not always, but more often than not, keeps the football around the goal line and runs it in himself. So this is a huge mess for the Eagles. I'm completely avoiding Rashad Penny, who is only going to last a few games before he gets hurt and doesn't catch the football anyway. Kenneth Gainwell, who I was intrigued about before Swift arrived, completely out on him. Obviously, you're not touching Boston Scott. DeAndre Swift, they're going to use him. He's going to catch the football out of the backfield, but I don't think his role is going to change much from when he was with Detroit. So I'm out on DeAndre Swift as well, and he too just can't stay healthy. So it looks like the Eagles are just collecting bodies, knowing these guys are brittle, that they have replacements handy there. So again, guys, hit that subscribe, hit the notification button. More draft reaction videos coming later today. I'm thinking of doing a live stream later today today too. So make sure you you look for that either today or tomorrow. We got to see. So I'm overdue for that. But now it's time. Now it's time to get back into it. May is here. Lots of preview videos coming up. Get the fantasy football draft guide as well. I will chat with you soon.